Hello everyone. It is June 14th and I don't know where you guys all live, but it is hot here today. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I think it's supposed to be like 95 today, and I think the heat index is like 105 to 110, and which we're not used to because the humidity is like 100%. So you walk outside, it's like I feel like I'm in Florida. I feel like I'm walking into like a sauna. But anyway, I'm going to glaze a bowl today. Can you believe it? I have not done a lot of pottery. It's weird. I usually have summer shows, and I don't know, with modeling, remodeling the bathroom, and I've been sick off and on. I know I had, I don't know if you can tell, hopefully my voice lasts the whole time I'm talking. I had, I guess, a bronchitis or something last week, and I'm still kind of getting over it. But so if you hear me sniffling, I think the allergies too kind of got me. And it's hard when the weather goes from 95 to 55. But anyway, enough about the weather. I'm a weather geek. Sorry, I love the Weather Channel and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to use underglazes today. I use mostly Amaco velvet underglazes. I do have a few speedball. I just bought some Mayco underglazes for my students where I teach, and they are half the price of Amaco velvet, but I don't think they have the same amount of pigment in them. They seem, I mean, they work fine. I've had a couple students using them with transfers and like decorations around their transfers, around the rims of their bowls and things, and they seem to work fine. But they seem a little more pale, But yeah, they work fine, but they're half the price, so that's why I'm buying them for there. I work for a recreation center, and they're on a budget. So I just opened up my tray, and like I said, it's been so long. I've been dabbling in stained glass for a while. I used to do stained glass before I did pottery, and I don't know, just got into stained glass. I could take a sip of water. Hopefully my voice will last. Anyway, so yeah, so better glaze this bowl before my voice gives out. But anyway, let me lower you down and I'll show you what I'm doing. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me sponge this off. I hope everybody's been staying well. I think I just saw in the news that it hit a blizzard in Australia. Like, whoa. If anybody's from Australia watching this, let me know if I was dreaming that or not really happened. I know they're opposite us, so they might be having winter now. Okay, so this is what I use to glaze with. I use my, I just have a tray. I like them like this because I like to use them like watercolors, and I mix them a little bit, and I kind of make my own colors. I don't make my own underglazes, but I buy the underglazes, then I kind of mix the colors a little bit to make my own. And this one, wow, when I opened it up, these oranges and reds, they smell so bad after you've left them sit for a while. But if they do get really stinky, like I can tell this yellow has got black down here because the mold is growing down here at the bottom. And you can add a little bit of vinegar to them. You can add a touch of bleach, a couple drops of bleach, and that usually helps a lot. So, okay, let's see. I'm going to do these blue, I guess they're like, now I'm not going to be able to remember the name. My blue flowers. straw flowers. They're kind of like a straw flower. I think I'm going to do some of those today. Let's see. I think I'll put a few on the inside. Because when you're looking down in the bowl, you don't want to see it blank, right? So I am painting on Bisqueware. This is, I'm trying to remember what the heck I use. No, it's Laguna B-Mix 5 with grog. And this is bisqued. I've always preferred to paint on Bisqueware because if you make a mistake, you can just wipe it off. And the colors, you can just kind of see what you're doing better. But the downside to that is you really can't, well, you can smear them. You can, if you go to underglaze, if you go to clear coat them, they can smear. But I do it with a fan brush, a Mayco number 8 fan brush, and I put it on I put the first coat on very liberally and lightly, just kind of quick, quick cover up, let it dry 100%, and then put the second coat on. I just do 2 coats, and mine doesn't smear, but it can, so that's the downside. But and if you make a mistake, it's just, I don't know, it's so much easier to do it on Bisqueware. It was so funny when I started gathering all my stuff to paint. Oh my gosh, it took me so long. It was like trying to remember where everything was. I haven't been away from, well, it's not that I've been away from pottery, because I've been glazing stuff at the recreation center where I teach. But I've been away from it here at home because I just had so much stuff going on. I've been working in the garden and putting down mulch and working on the bathroom and and like I said, I've been sick. I think it's just crazy weather. I'm not usually sick. I'm not used to being sick twice in 1 month. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the centers. It looks like there's a little bit of a shadow. I don't know why. You guys, hopefully you can see me. See this okay. I got a new light over on this side. Let's see here. This room I'm in doesn't have the best light. There we go. Okay. So just doing circles for now because I want to know where I'm going to put them, and then I can, get the layout and everything. So that's just plain yellow, and I'll add, let's see, this is a lighter yellow. This is bright yellow, and I can't remember what this one is, but it's a softer yellow. I don't like to paint with just one color. It's nice to do it in layers. And, sometimes they will burn out. You just kind of remember to put them on thick enough so they don't, but some layers will. You really need 3 coats for it not to, burn out too much. Mostly the greens turn brown, reds turn brown. Sometimes the colors will just disappear. It's kind of funny. I have a video where I did these mugs where they did I painted them orange and red, and it's one of my first videos, and I really wanted to be more red, and most of the red burnt out and they ended up being orange. So funny. Okay, so let's see. So now, these get a little bit of orange in the center. Yeah, so some of these were kind of hard. You can still see that one. That blue I made, it's like a stone blue. That's still kind of chunky. Most of them, unbelievably, they stay pretty moist because, well, what I do is when I close this up, I spray them. I just get a spray bottle, get my little spray bottle, and I just mist them all. So there's a layer of water laying over the top. And it depends how long I'm going to be away from them. If I know I'm going to be away for 2 or 3 weeks, I'll put a little more than normal. But if I know I'm going to be back like the next week, I just lightly mist them because I don't want to water them down. I want them to be kind of dried out a little bit because the pigment is stronger then. So now I'm just putting little orange dots in here. I got a little chunk there. You want to kind of avoid little chunks of underglaze because where your underglaze gets kind of thick, it will absorb the clear glaze when you cover it up. When you paint it, and then you have a dry spot. I don't know if you've experienced that or not, but yeah, but gosh, when I was getting out all my stuff to paint, it's like, where's this? Where's that? And I'm sitting here ready to turn the camera on, and I'm like, geez, I guess I need paintbrushes. Where's the paintbrushes at? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I kind of weird not doing this pottery at home, but I had some shows I was going to get into, and well, it's my fault. I kind of screwed up. I was going to get into this farmer's market show here in Cincinnati, here on the west side and I don't know. They changed some things around, so I wasn't sure I was going to do it. And then when I went to sign up, the sign up was passed, and I missed it, which is my fault. And the bad thing is that this particular farmer's market, they do sign-ups for May, June, July, for 4 months in a row on the same day, and they sell out. Their application fills up within hours of when they release it. So all 4 shows were already filled up, which is kind of a bummer. So I don't have a lot going on, and I didn't want a whole lot going on because, like I said, I am still messing with this wonderful bathroom remodel. I got it almost done though. I'll have to show some before and after pictures when it's done. I just have the shower walls to do now. Let's see here. So I got some old lids that I kind of mix my paints in a little bit. I fire to cone 5. Sometimes I do a 10-minute hold, but my kiln, this new kiln that I have, it's been firing a little hot. So I'm kind of doing away with the holds. I don't know. I don't want to. Firing to cone 6 is fine for, regular glazes. Some of those Amaco glazes, they actually work better at cone 6. They seem to flow a little better, and the colors mix together a little better. But the underglazes really don't want to be too hot. They say you can take them to cone 10, but if you're taking them up to cone 10, they drastically change colors. I shouldn't say drastically, but some of them do. There must be a dog sleeping underneath my table. Oh yeah, I didn't know that my dog Archie is sleeping underneath my table. I just heard him snore. Usually it's my other Yorkie, Ernie. He's the one, if you watch some of the videos, you can hear his toenails click, click, click. He's 15, and he's pretty much deaf and blind. He just, I don't know what's up with him. He just wanders around the house. I don't know if he's lost. Poor thing. But he just wanders around the house. He must be taking a nap with my husband. He loves to sit on a couch with him while my husband's watching a movie or something and just goes to sleep. It's so hot today that none of the dogs want to be out. I have 3 dogs. Sophie, she's the white one with brown spots. She's a Brittany Spaniel. And then I have Ernie, who's they're full-grown Yorkies. Or not full-grown. What do you say, full size? So my Yorkies are between 15 and 20 pounds. Archie, the one who's sleeping underneath my table, he's kind of hefty. We call him Tubbs sometimes because he it doesn't seem like he eats that much, but whew, he's heavy. But they're full-size Yorkies. I did not want toy Yorkies. You know, we get a lot of hawks that fly over, and they would come down, scoop them up, and that would be it. And then I'd be heartsick. I'm an animal lover. I know it's nature, but whew. Let's see here. Let's find another brush that's kind of thin. I hope you guys can hear that. That is too funny. So this is avocado green. And this is, I think that's electric blue. This is a stock color, and this is avocado green. I'm sorry, this is chartreuse. The avocado green I use for the leaves, and the chartreuse is what I'm mixing in with these petals just a little bit. So these, like I said, these are all Amaco velvets. I'm going to take a sip of pop. Goodness. Oops. So I know by painting this green over some of this blue, the stronger color will show through. I'll probably come back with a little bit of blue and go over it again. Just going to add a little bit of green in there to, like I said, I like to add layers of colors, even though I know some of them will burn out, but that's okay. So my next show isn't until September. Well, I may get into something this summer. I may have something at the house or find another farmer's market to get in or something. But but my next big show isn't until September. It's called the Vina Galette. It's at the Vina Galette Winery here in town. It's up on Old Coal Rain in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think that's the second week of September. That's a 3-day festival. That's really a long one. I'm worn out after that. Whew. I have to make some more redbirds. Those redbirds really sell out for me. I know some of you guys have really been having fun making them. And the bluebirds. I need to make some more bluebirds. Those are fun. I love doing the yard art. Seems like anything I leave in my house gets broken at some point, doesn't it? I'm like the royal klutz. And I don't draw my designs on first. I just paint them freehand. There we go. I had some color. Oops. I forgot to put some blue on these ones on the side. And I don't worry about being too perfect. I don't know if I could if I tried. I need to make some more of my graffiti bowls. I don't know if some of you know what I'm talking about. I love making those things. Here, I've got one sitting here. Here's one of my graffiti bowls. It's been a while since I've made one of these. Got little feet on the bottom. This one's, I think both of these that I have here are plain inside. Yeah, this one's got a little heart on it. And my son. So I might do some of those too. So you might see a video coming out with that on there. All right, let's do a little bit more green. Sorry about the coughing. I hope everybody has been making stuff and glazing stuff. It really is a good idea to get stocked up on stuff if you do shows, because the fall gets so crazy. And then all of a sudden you're rushing around, you don't have enough stuff made. The hardest part for me is making it ahead of time. Like some of the girls in my class are making Christmas trees. And I said, I'm not making Christmas in June, not. I said, plus, you're missing the fall. I gotta do pumpkins first. I sell a lot of pumpkins. I had people buying pumpkins from me at my last show, which was crazy because it was in May. I wasn't even going to take any pumpkins. I add a little bit of water to my blue here. Actually, you know, yeah, I'll just add a little bit of water. I was going to add another color, but I don't think so. I want these straw flowers to... So yeah, so I had people buying pumpkins from me in May. But it is a good idea to get a head start on some of that stuff and get it stocked up. I know this one potter, he's on Instagram. I don't know if you guys follow him or not. He's seems like a really nice guy. I've never met him in person, but I know people who know him. And Isaac Shue is art. I think it's Isaac, S-H-U-E is art. I bet he's made 500 pumpkins already. He sells the heck out of those things. He's got a studio out in, I think it's Kansas. It's like, oh my gosh. I'm not good at making that much of anything. But hey, more power to you if you, like I said, he's got a big following too. I'm not, well, I don't have that big a following on Instagram. It's kind of, I need to do more reels and things. Oh, but it all takes time. Seems like this social media stuff is moving faster than I am. It's evolving faster than me. But yeah, I'd like to make some more bird baths too. As I started to say earlier, I'd love to make yard art. Thought about making some totem poles, some totems. I think that would be fun. But I don't know, that takes so long. A lot of dedication to that. So there they are there. And there's the lots and lots of flowers, straw flowers, cornflowers. I think they're corn. You know what? I think they're cornflowers. You know, the kind that grow on the side of the road. That's how I was kind of inspired. But I think those are more purple. Let's see. Okay, I'm using some avocado green. Let's see here. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to put, I don't know if I should put leaves on the outside or not. I think I'm going to on the inside for sure. Because I think it'll link them together, the flowers together, you know, like the leaves are holding hands. A couple weeks ago, I don't know if you guys have ever had to save baby birds, but we had baby birds out front, and this bad old snake got them. So this mama, she left these baby birds. She put them in a nest out back, perched on this ledge up near the roof of my house, the soffits. And when the baby birds hatched and started getting a little bigger, the poor things kept falling out of the nest onto the driveway. So I thought I had to save them. So I got one of my pottery bowls out, and this is on my I think I posted on Instagram. I don't know if it's still up there, if it was a, I don't know if I liked it or not. I don't know if I posted on stories or if it was part of the regular post on Instagram. But so I got one of my pottery bowls out, and I took the nest. I broke the nest off of the ledge where she had it, and I took all the baby birds and put them in the nest, and it was about a foot or two away from where she had them, and I thought, oh gosh, he's not going to come back. So I was really worried about that. So then I started mashing up worms, trying to save these baby birds. Oh Lord. And darn if she didn't come back. About 3 hours later, when it started getting dark, she came back. One didn't make it. I guess one had to fall on the driveway because they fell about 7 feet, at least 8 feet. And so there you can see that. What do you think? I'm not sure I'm loving the tube, but they'll be okay. But yeah, so people say, oh, you can't touch a baby bird because once you get the human scent on it, the mothers won't come back. But these did. She came back and fed them all, and I went out there one day to peek inside the nest, and they all flew away. They all, like all 4 of them, just took off. She had 5 in there, and my Lord. So that's my baby bird story. So I felt good, at least saved them. And I know you're not supposed to kill snakes, but we had to kill the snake. Every year, they're called titmouses. They're little brown, cute little birds. They will get in my greenhouse that's attached to my house where my kiln and my wheel is. And they'll come in there and fly around and sit for a little bit, and then they'll fly out. And I just love those little things. They're just so cute. And every year they build a nest right outside my front door, and every year that darn snake. So, I'm sorry if you're a snake lover, and I know snakes gotta eat too. But the mama bear came out at me, and it was a rat snake. Ugh. But for years, we've got a lot of snakes around our house. For years, I didn't want to kill them because I hate killing anything. But gosh darn, that bad old thing. So there is the flowers. And so now I'm going to outline them. So you can see the whole bowl. So I decided just to do, I don't know, I think that looks okay. I don't know, maybe I should have done the same on the outside, and then I always put one on the bottom. Because you got to put something on the bottom, make it interesting, right? So make sure you don't have any chunks of underglaze. Like I said, if anywhere where there's a chunk, I just kind of wipe it off with my hand, my finger, because it will absorb the clear glaze when you apply it. And you have a dry spot. You can always refire it, add some more. So this is what I'm going to outline my flowers with. It's the Zyme applicator bottle. I use the yellow tip, which I believe is the 20. The 20 there. And I leave it full. I don't empty it out each time. I just put a pin in the top and leave it full. But I always turn it upside down so the tip has always got underglaze in it and it stays moist so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to shake it up really well. I see a little chunk here. And the clear I'm using right now, sorry, is the Mayco Stoneware. I'll show you what I'm using. It's nice. It's not my favorite. My favorite is the Amaco HF9 zinc-free, but this is Mayco's Stoneware. It is zinc-free also, and some people swear the zinc-free doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I was told it does, and Amaco says it does too on their website. But I know somebody who teaches, and the students kept complaining about the zinc and the inside the clear that they used in the studio. So the teacher made up some new clear and told them it was zinc-free. And all these students are using this clear glaze that they thought did not have zinc in it when it really did. And they just raved about it. They raved and raved about it. And it didn't seem to affect the underglazes at all. So I don't know. I thought about going back to clear glaze with zinc in it, because it's much easier to... Uh-oh, this is... Oh, there, it did come out. It's much easier to come by. My local clay supplier has been out of the HF9 clear glaze for months. And then they got one in, but by the time I got there, somebody had bought it. So I need to have them hold it for me, I guess. Let me move this back a little bit. There we go. I got a tripod now, which is, I don't know if that's any better or not. It's like my phone is so heavy that it doesn't want to stay up. There we go. Okay, there's nothing that's perfect, right? You just got to deal with it. Just got to deal with it, just like the weather. Okay, so so this has been sitting a while, so hopefully this will work okay. I'm using a sponge to make sure it's coming out okay. Make sure my hands are clean. And I'm going to start on the bottom. That way, if I make a mistake, it's on the bottom. So these are just really easy flowers. Always pull away from the tip. You never want to push the applicator because it's just going to fill up with underglaze. And it's going to clog and clog, and you're going to be like, Lisa, this isn't working. Plus I like how it's kind of thick towards the center. See how by starting in the center, it's thicker there? I like how that does that. Okay, let's move on to, now the tricky part too is making sure you don't smudge what you just underlined. It dries pretty fast, but and I do have a foot on the bottom of this, so a lot of people ask me, how come it doesn't stick to the shelf? Well, this one has a little bit of a foot, so it's not going to actually touch the shelf. But if you don't apply the underglaze too thick, it should not stick to the shelf, the kiln shelf. The only one I had stick is my red birds. I line them all up. When I fire my red birds, I stand them upside down. And I used another brand of underglaze instead of the Amaco velvet, and they all stuck together, which was really annoying. But I sanded them down a little bit, and that worked. If you guys have any questions, always feel free to message me. I will answer them when I see them. If I don't answer you back, most likely I missed them somehow. YouTube is supposed to notify me when someone comments, but well, that doesn't always happen. There we go. Let me get this a little closer. Is everybody else staying COVID free? I have to go pick my mom up in a little bit at the nursing home, and people have been starting to get it again there. When I got sick, I thought for sure maybe I'd caught COVID again, but I took 2 COVID tests and they both came back negative, so there we go. It's probably just a cold, summer cold. So there you go. I'm going to do the inside, and then I'll put a clear on it. You guys can see this okay. It looks kind of dark to me. I use my phone to videotape, and it looks a little dark. The sponge really helps clean the tip. Because I do still get underglaze buildup on it. Oh, there's Ernie. Do you hear the click click of his toenails? That poor guy. He's getting kind of thin and frail. I don't know how much longer he's gonna make it. He just kind of wanders around. If your underglazes dry out, just add water to them. You don't have to. They don't. I don't think they ever go bad. Just add water to them. You can add a little bit of Amaco's gum solution to them if they dry out and get kind of chunky. I'm sure your local clay supplier. I think Amazon sells it too, but I would try to get from your local clay supplier and support them before Amazon. But you can add them to. You can add that gum solution to regular glazes too. Helps them flow better. Like if you buy a dipping glaze, if you ever buy a powdered glaze, it's always a dipping glaze. And if you want to make it into, like sometimes I will make a 5-gallon bucket of a glaze, and then I want some for a brushing glaze. So I'll dump some of the 5-gallon bucket into a pint jar, add about a tablespoon of Amaco gum solution, and then that turns it into a brushing glaze. But the gum solution doesn't last forever. It breaks down after, I think, a few months. So then you just add a little more. But you kind of, that's why you don't want to add it to a big container, because you don't want to keep adding it to it either. Okay, I got 2 more here. I did buy some underglaze pencils today. Well, I ordered them. With gas prices the way they are, I didn't want to drive all the way out to my clay supplier to buy them. So I did order them from Amazon. Gosh, I drive a big car because I'm towing the trailer, my pottery trailer. So I have to have a big car, but oh my gosh, the gas prices are rough. I guess California's used to it, but here in the Midwest we've been kind of spoiled. So anyway, so I ordered the underglazes, the underglaze pencils today. So I'm going to do a class on using underglaze pencils. They can be so fun. There we go. And that, my folks, look at that. What do you think of that? I'm gonna put that in some water. That way it can sit there a while, and I don't have to worry about drying out. So if you like what you see, if you like following me, please subscribe. It helps my YouTube channel be seen more, and if you hit the bell, it'll notify you when I post a video. I'm going to, I really am going to try to do some live videos. I was going to set, move that up. I was going to set my wheel up outside. Let me see if I can move this up. Oh, there we go. If you can see out there, see out on my patio, I was going to move my wheel out there and do some live videos out there. I thought that would be fun. So hopefully I don't know, sometime The weather here has been so crazy, though. I'd never be able to use it lately because it's either been 100 degrees or 50 degrees and rainy. We have had record amounts of rain. Oh, there goes my son. You can see Christopher. he's he's picking up Ernie. I guess Ernie was at the back door. I don't know how he finds his way around. He just wanders around the house, and he knows where the doors are. So he'll just, it's weird. Like he knew I was in here, so he sat at that door back there. But you have to keep an eye on him because sometimes he'll just start walking down the driveway. We live on a busy street, so that's not good. Oh, I would be sick. Oh, goodness sakes. So, now we're crooked. Oh, like I've been drinking or something. You can see my light box over there. If you guys take a lot of videos for Etsy, God, it's still crooked. These light boxes are excellent. It's just a big black box with what's white on the inside, and it's got a light that hangs or is built into the top. It's about, I'd say it's about 20 inches by 20 inches, or maybe 2 feet by 2 feet. My son bought that for me for, I think it was my birthday or Mother's Day. And it's nice. You just turn the light on and you put your stuff in there, take a picture. You don't have to worry about if the sun's, at the right angle, or if it's too bright or if it's too dark. It's great to take pictures in. And you can see my my grinder for my stained glass, my table for my stained glass is over here. Anyway, I guess I've jabbered on long enough. But anyway, so I'm going to do a video on underglaze pencils and sketching on your piece. And the important part about that is, if you want to do it along with me, is to get clay it's porcelain, which has no grog, or like a white clay with no grog. If you do get a B-Mix like what I have with grog, I would suggest when you're trimming it to take a rubber rib, and it's called burnishing, but it's really not. It's not to the extent of true burnishing. But you take that rubber rim around the outside and the inside, wherever you want to put the underglaze pencils, and press it in there. Or you can use the back of a spoon or anything really that's kind of hard and smooth to press the grog back into the clay. And it's even nice, to do it when you're using underglaze with a brush also. It just makes it a lot easier to apply. But so I'm gonna try it with porcelain because I've got some porcelain left over, and then it's nice and smooth, so the pencil should go on nice and smooth. So anyway, I ordered black, blue, red, and yellow, the primary colors, because I figured they're so expensive. I don't want to order any more than that. And you can mix them and wet them and mix colors too. So anyway, I've gone on long enough. But it's been great coming back and doing another video. And I promise more are to come. I've got some things here that I made at class with my students. So I got to glaze them. I might do a graffiti bowl. I'm trying to think how I'm going to glaze them. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. But anyway, thanks for watching. And have a great day. Because every day, is great. Whether you like it or not. You're here on Earth, right?